Back everyone to another video tutorial of the project series Code Exchange. And in previous video, when we installed Django, we ended up checking our Django project here on the web browser. It is up and running on localhost port 8822. So in this video, we are going to update some settings for the Django project. I will be using MySQL database in this project, so we will be updating some stuff like the logs, MySQL settings, etc. So starting from here, we are going to allow all the hosts right now. So basically, we can access. This feature is for production release. Right now, just follow me. Just put the star here right now, and we'll come back here later. Couple things I want to update. So inside the project, oh, I forgot to mention the structure first. All right, so let's go ahead and see the structure. So we created a web app, and inside the web app, Django by default created a web app project, and also it created Code Exchange app. Everything in Django is an app. So basically, if I write an app called accounts, this app will be handling accounts related actions like user sign up, user login, forgot username or forgot password, etc. I can basically create an accounts app and put it here, include it in my settings file, and define some URLs and source codes inside this app, and we're good to go. The good thing about Django apps is that I can take the same accounts app, I can give it to anybody to add the app inside their Django project, and they will be able to do it. They can easily integrate the accounts app created by me into their projects, and it will run just like that, because we will be defining URLs and models and views and everything inside the accounts app. Django will enable this really awesome feature of exchanging apps, or that's what I would say, exchanging app, because it's easy. I can ask my friend, hey, can you go ahead and create this app for me quickly, and my friend can be like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do it for you, and he would go ahead and create some app and define URLs and models, and hey, we'll take it, you're good to go. I just simply come here, paste the app folder that includes every files here, and just include inside my settings.py file inside the installed apps, and I'm good to go. Alright, so this is the project structure. Inside the apps, you will find ini.py file, admin, apps, models, test, views, and migrations folder. Right now we do not have any migrations inside the Code Exchange app, because we have not created any models for the Code Exchange app. We'll be creating a lot of models and a lot of views and everything, but I like to cut my codes into multiple files, just to make it more readable and everything. So I'm not going to be creating like 10 different classes inside this views.py file. I will be creating in separate files depending on their structure and needs. So for now, I'm just going to go to apps. I'm going to change it, and I'm going to tell PyCharm to save exchange keyword into the settings file, and here I'm going to update it. So for now we're good to go, and the beauty about PyCharm is that it will restart the server every time we make any change in Python files. So for example, if I just hit enter and save it, you will see down here, see, it just restarted. Let me do it one more time. So I'm clearing out the logs and backspace, save, and just restart it. So that's the beauty of PyCharm, and that's why I like to use it. It makes my development time a lot easier. So the next thing here we are going to be using is the databases. I will be using MySQL. I am not going to use SQLite, and to use the MySQL, I'm just gonna go copy my code here and paste it. So let me go ahead and explain all this stuff line by line. So inside the database, the other thing, Django allows us to use multiple databases. So you can have multiple MySQL database, you can have a MySQL and SQLite, you can have MySQL and Postgres, and all the supported databases. We'll be using MySQL, so the default is a system reserved kinda keyword for the databases that Django will look for. If you have a mistake or if you just see, it will crap out. It will just die and say nope, couldn't find the default. So you need to have at least a one database that is named default. And I know that you guys can see the error MySQL client. We'll go there too, but right now let me go ahead and explain what's going on here. So the engine is that we're telling Django to use the MySQL engine for the project. I am going to rename it, and I'm going to create a new database here, connect to my database client, add database, code XY, I'm not able to type it, I don't know, code exchange. I just created a new database table, code exchange. Here we go. So the database name is code exchange, user is root, password, and I'm running on my local host, and I'm giving it the port 3306. If you are running into running your MySQL on a different port, then you want to specify a port here. Otherwise, by default, MySQL runs on 3306, and that's what I've defined here. This option initial command that I want to tell my Django that whenever you run MySQL, I want you to set the SQL mode strict trans tables. If you don't do it, it will always give you a warning message, and I don't know what's with it. But if you know, you can just drop the comment here down below this video, or if you have a question, let me know. I'll try to find in more details and I'll let you guys know. But so far we got the databases here set up, MySQL, and everything looks good. The error here, did you install MySQL client? If you get this error, if you're running on Windows, you will need to install it too. But here, to install MySQL clients, you will need to install some Python's developer tools and everything. And once it's done, it's still going to require you to install MySQL client plugin. You can use pip to install MySQL client. So basically, if you're using PyCharm, just go to terminal, type here, or type here pip3, because we're using Python 3, pip3 install MySQL client, and just hit enter. There you go. And it says collection, it's installed it successfully, and it's giving me a warning message that pip has a new version available out there. You can upgrade, so I'm going to upgrade my pip, and we should be good to go. Alright, so we're good. I just upgraded my pip version and installed MySQL client. The other way you can search and install modules here in using PyCharm, you just go to PyCharm preferences, and you go to project interpreter. It's going to show you your virtual environment. This is our virtual environment, and it's showing me right now how many packages are installed for the specific Python project interpreter. So right now this is my virtual environment, and that's targeted as a project interpreter. I have installed Django, MySQL client, pip, PyTZ, and setup tools are the default ones. You don't have to worry about it. But if you want to install something, you can just go ahead and let me go ahead and try React. Do we have something? Yes, there are some stuff for React. See, you can go ahead and install for the React. Time. There's a time monitor. I don't know, I'm not going to install anyway, but it's just a search tool. You can use this tool provided by PyCharm to search and install packages here. So let's go back to our run tab, and let me go ahead and run it again, and looks like everything's good. It is giving us the you have 12 unapplied migrations, and these migrations are the Django default migrations. We don't it will get applied automatically when we run the migration command, but for now let's just ignore it and go back to our web page and website and make sure it's up and running. So if I refresh here, it is running, and you can see it's making requests here. So refresh, and there we go. This is our small console where we can see all the details. Alright, so the next step I want to do in this video is I want to run the migrations command. If you are using a Mac and if you have a default shortcut, I would say click options and R key to get the manage.py console open. Here you can simply run the manage.py commands that are provided by Django, or commands that we will be or you will be writing for your project. I'm not sure right now if I'm going to be writing any command for the project, but for now I might write something to, you know, give it an example, but I'm not sure right now. So let's not talk about our custom commands. But if you are using Windows, you can also go to tools and run manage.py task. Just click on here and it will come back here to this tab, and let's do the make migrations first. Because we have not created any models, this command will not do anything for us right now, but I still want to run and show you guys something. So basically no change is detected because we have not created any model right now. The second command you want to always run after make migrations is migrate. And the other cool thing about the PyCharm IDE is that it shows the commands here. Like if I type m, any available command starting from m or includes m key or character in the command. And plus it shows you the help text for that command. So for migrate, it says update database schema, manages both apps with migration and those without. So right now we have the code exchange app which does not have any migrations, but it will just handle by itself. So let's go ahead and migrate, enter, and it is applying all the default database stuff here. The 12 migrations error that we were getting earlier, if I restart the server now, we won't see it. See, it's gone. So it just migrated all the stuff here, and to verify that we'll just go here and right there. So these are the database stuff that Django just did for us, and 12 migrations that it did. Alright, so that is for this tutorial, and I do want to go ahead and create some stuff. So let me just include, I don't know how long we've been playing this video, but okay, so I'm gonna make another directory here, give it a name static. Hopefully I named it correctly, and I'm gonna copy this line here, paste it here. Okay, looks good. I want Django to find my static files inside this static directory, and this is just a URL. So I'm telling Django, like, whenever you get a request in URL, that after IP address or domain, the host, if you find /static /, that means that we are serving the static files, and this is mainly used for debugging and development purpose. If you're running on the live HTTP server like Nginx and Apache, this is not going to work for you. So but now I'm telling Django also that where's my static directories and where to look it. So simply just wherever the base directory it is, inside the base directory I want you to look for the static folder. And I also want to add some logging information, so I'm just going to go ahead and copy these lines of codes. Right now I'm doing a lot of copy pasting, guys, because this stuff is, I'm not going to type. This stuff is also available out in Django's documentation, but I just wanted to put it here and tell you guys what I'm doing right now. So I'm telling Django the logging information. So if it's not debug, right now our debug is set to true because we are on a development mode. So debug is set to true. If it's not debug, I want you Django to start logging. This is the logging version. Django disable existing loggers force. I don't want Django to disable any other loggers. This is the format how it is going to log information in file in the system when it's going to log. So if it's verbose, I want it to like format the date this way. I want it to log in these directions. Like I want it to label name what kind of error it was. Error, it was warning, what was that? Time, module, process, thread, and message. So whenever there was error, it will do the message here. If it's a simple process log error, just do this way. If it's a standard, do this way. I believe standard is just like here. So let me go ahead and refresh. Yes, you see here the ACD time, then I don't know, name and message. So basically it's right here. It's kind of like that. I don't know the details, but you can read more on the Django's documentations. This is pretty standard example that I found that I wanted to put in our project. So these are the keywords. If you see there's a typo error, don't worry about it. Don't ignore all these typo errors because it's not. It's a Django's. That's what Django is looking for inside this logging object. The filters I want Django to use is the require debug true, and just use the log require debug. The handlers, I want it to be a debug level console. On the file, I want it to log only errors, and it will create error.log file here in a base directory. And if it will not, I will just go ahead and create a file for it right now, just in case we don't run into any error. So new file error.log, and let's go ahead and install the plugin. All right, I accept everything here. I don't want to restart. I will do it later. So we just installed and created error.log file. These are the loggers information. I'm telling Django to handle the error in console and file. I did put a debug and error, two different levels, but I'm not sure which one it will go with because here I'm telling it to use the error level only. But as I said, I have not had any problem with this code in my production site that I'm using, so everything should just work fine. All right, I don't see any other information right now, so we'll just end our video here. So in this video tutorial, what we did, we updated some stuff. We put the star here to allow every host here. Then we added some database information. We created a database in our MySQL database and updated some static file information and how some debug information. So that was the all in the information for this tutorial. See you guys in next one. Thank you. Bye bye.